G'day everyone, welcome back. This is episode 17 of my multiplayer series of the 1904 Imperial Sunrise campaign for Strategic Command Civil War. I'm commanding the Russians, Old Crow Balthazor is commanding the Japanese. This will be October 30th, 1904. I think his offensive might have worn itself out. Hello, what are you doing there? Causing trouble again? Yeah. I don't know if that was really worth it or not. Suffered a lot of damage to his ships for next to no benefit at all. Be interesting to see what comes of it. Alright. So some of those units are quite under strength now. Might be able to break them. It's worth noting that these two, they're getting their supply from the HQ and from Port Arthur. The bombarding the fortresses isn't going to do a huge amount of damage to them. Okay, you do have something here. Figured it was possible, but had to try anyway. No reinforcements this turn. That is not ideal. But I want to break his army. Completely break it this turn. Let's go. Now, how do I do this in such a way that I can reinforce those two? I think I'll swap you, reinforce him. Suppose I've got this as well. Okay, that unit's been there for only 1 or 2 turns, so that's honestly probably a new build. I'll just rebuild you. Now let's sell this. Yeah, if you swap units, then they keep most of their entrenchment. So that's something worth considering if you've got the option to do it and you want to take the offensive but still keep your positions. 15. How many did I get this turn? Got a few. Do I have a brigade coming in? That'll be next turn. He's not going to invade Vladivostok next turn, I don't think. Not after what I just did. What are the odds? Not great. Drop that in there. And I expect he will either retreat or be very vulnerable to my attack next turn. It's not certain he'll be defeated next turn. If I get really bad weather, then won't be able to attack again, but I think I've stopped him from being able to get Mukden now. Just need to relieve the pressure on Port Arthur, break his army. If I capture Seoul, then I'll win immediately, otherwise the end of 1905 will do it. His fighting spirit's still pretty strong. Obviously, Tokyo hasn't been told about the true situation of the war. Because I think if the Japanese public knew how badly their army had just performed, they might be tempted to overthrow the government. Because this is quite different to what happened in 1895, the war against China that ultimately had a lot to do with why this war ended up starting. The Japanese beat China pretty much everywhere for about 6 months and absolutely humiliated them, so they figured, alright, let's do that again. Pretty much did. In fact, probably did worse to the Russians than they did to the Chinese, because the Chinese army wasn't exactly modernised, whereas the Russian one was considered one of the better ones out of everyone at the time. Alright, I think that's all I can do this turn. Let's end it here. And thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.